What's up guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the dash cam that I think you should own. It's a dash cam I've been using for a while. I think it's a great dash cam. And today I'm going to go over all the specs. I'm going to go over the few things I don't like about this dash cam. And I'm going to tell you why I think you need it and why you should purchase it. With saying that, the link to this dash cam will be down in the description. Yes, I will go over my true experience with this camera. Just because I think you should buy it does not mean I'm going to just tell you something just because I want you to buy it. No, that's not how this video is going to work. There is a few things I think you should know before purchasing this dash cam, but overall it's a great dash cam and I think you should buy it. And in this video I'm going to tell you why. So with saying all that, let's get into this video. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the specs of this dash cam. It does shoot in 4K. It does have two cameras. One you could hook up in the back of the car, one's in the front, obviously. I personally chose not to do the back camera just because it's too much running wires and too much going on. But if you have the time and if you want to do the running wires all through the side of your car, you can. It does have that option, and the back camera is 2K, the front camera is 4K, and I think that's really awesome to have both sides. It covers most of the car, the back and the front. There's only like a very small percentage on the side of the car that it does not cover. With that, it also has GPS. The one that I purchased, as you see in this footage, it has a GPS device that it hooks straight into the dash cam cable, and now it records your speed, it records your coordinates, it records everything. It's really nice to be able to record. Like, what I like about it the most, the GPS feature, is the speed. As it's recording, it shows your speed. As you see in this footage, literally as I slow down, as I speed up, it shows my speed on the bottom. Yes, that's not groundbreaking technology, but it's really cool to be able to have that feature, because the last dash cam that I had, this is the third video I did dash cams on, and this is my favorite dash cam so far, and I'm definitely gonna tell you why. It also has 170 field view in the front, just so I think that's important to know. It covers a lot. You're not gonna miss really nothing. It also has Wi-Fi. What the Wi-Fi does is it connects to your phone, and then there's an app that you download, which, as you see in this footage, it's pretty cool. You can hit record. I don't know, I mean, I would never use, just to be honest, I would never use this app, but here are some of the things that you could do with this app. You can see all your footage if you're parked. Obviously, you don't want to be doing this while you're driving. You could, if you happen to be out on the road and this is the only way for you to download footage, you can download footage wirelessly from your dash cam to your phone. You could review footage, you can cut up footage. You could also hit record and hit stop recording, which is nice. That's about all you could do with the app. It's really cool that it has it, but personally, I would never use it because I would just take the memory card out of the dash cam, plug it into my phone. I have an adapter, and then I would do it that way. It's a lot snappier, it's a lot faster, but it does have that feature and you should definitely know about it. Also, this dash cam has a Sony sensor. Unfortunately, this is one of the things that I don't like about it, is it does not have night vision. The dash cam, as you see in this footage right here is not this dash cam. This is the dash cam I did a video on before. This is true night vision that it has, which I still have that camera right here in my storage area. But the footage that you see right now is the new dash cam, and as you see, it's not true night footage. It's okay, it works fine, but when it's pitch black, there's no, you just have to depend on light. That's all there is to it. But I will have to say, since it's a Sony sensor, I do know Sony sensors are very good in low light, not no light, but low light. Whenever the sun's setting or the sun is rising, the one thing I have to say about this camera is it's pretty freaking clean footage. It's not all noisy. It looks really good in my opinion. Whenever it's low light, I think the footage is phenomenal. Whenever there's no light, I kind of wish it had night vision. But that's the complaint that I have, is it does not have night vision. I wish it did, but it don't. So that's the complaint I have, but it is good in low light. And while I'm on the tangent of the Sony sensor and how it's 4K, I do want to say the footage that comes out of this camera is freaking ridiculous. It honestly looks as good as a GoPro, like the GoPro Hero 8 that I have. It looks phenomenal. This footage is clean, it's true 4K, and if something happens, you could zoom in and get the information that you need. Like the last two dash cams that I did a review on, the footage really, for a dash cam, it was okay. I approved of it. But for this to be a dash cam, this footage that you see right here, it's freaking dash cam footage. In my opinion, this is like way too clean to be dash cam footage. Like I said, in low light, it's clean too. Not no light, but low light. But this footage is phenomenal. It's crispy. It's really, really top notch and good for a dash cam. All right, so I said what I had to say about that. I'm gonna move on, but the footage is really good. It really blew me away. I was excited whenever I seen it. You know, it's awesome. Okay, so continuing on with the specs, it does shoot, the format video that it shoots is H.264, you know, so it should work in your phone, it'll work in your computer. Everywhere you put it, it should work. Also, the battery, it does have a built-in battery. It's only made for making sure your footage gets saved and making sure you shut down correctly. It's 300 milliamps. It's not made to take off and go record because it will die fairly quick. It's only made for emergency reasons. Okay, so this is the last spec I'm gonna talk about when it comes to this dash cam. In their specs, it says super easy. They don't say super easy, but it says easy to install. So with that, here's a video of me talking about the installation process for me. As you see here, I hooked it up there and I ran it across here. I used my little tool here. As you see, this little tool that they put in the box, which is really nice. It really helps. Just run it across right here. As you see, that's a really fat little thing right there. I couldn't do nothing about it. It would not go in no matter how hard I tried, so I had to leave that there. I went all the way. As you see, it's not the cleanest here, which my wife might say something about, but with 2 wires, the GPS wire and the power cable, it made it kind of difficult, but I think it'll be fine. This one is real fat too. That's the GPS hookup. And then the power, I kept going all the way down, all the way to right here, all the way down. Again, using my tool that they gave. This is how you do it. Let me give you a little demonstration. You just push it in like that and it disappears all the way down into the glove box, which I don't know if I have personal stuff in there, so that's why I'm not showing you. Through, all the way down into the cigarette lighter. That's how I hooked it up. It was a little more challenging than I would have liked, but that's what it is. Also, for the GPS cable, as you see, I kept going down, went down all the way across here, and then I ended up here, and it's sticky. It will not move. There was a sticky thing on the bottom of that, and then that's just where it's going to be pretty much forever. But yeah, that's how I hooked it up. That's the extent of it. It took me about 25 to 30 minutes, maybe a little less. That's just my guess time, but it wasn't bad. I'm really happy that this is now hooked up. Okay, so now that that's out the way, you see how good it is, you see the specs of the device. Let's go over some tips that I think you should know. Not really before purchasing it, but when you purchase this dash cam, this is definitely some tips that will help you out to make sure that you don't run into no problems. Okay, so tip number 1 is definitely buy a U3 card. I would get a SanDisk 128 or 256. The one I'm using in the dash cam now is a 128 U3. It's 170 megabits a second. It's fast enough, it's great. That's tip number 1, is make sure you get a fast enough micro SD card because it will definitely come in handy. Okay, so tip number 2 is it does have 24-hour surveillance, but that does require a dedicated hardware kit that comes with it. The way it works, if somebody hits your car, or if somebody gets too close, it will start recording a minute before that incident happened, which is really cool. I don't know how it, I don't have that kit, but it's really neat. That's the way that works, is it starts recording a minute before it catches motion or something happens to the car. It's loop recording. I don't know if I mentioned that, but this dash cam does do loop recording, which is nice, so you never have to worry about running out of space. You will run out of space. It would just delete old stuff and keep the new stuff. And then whenever something happens, you know for a fact it will be on that memory card, as long as you don't keep recording before you pull off the data that you need or the video that you need. If something happens that you definitely want to save, pull off that data and then put it back in the dash cam. As you see here, this footage I'm about to show you is not from this dash cam, but it's from the dash cam I had before this dash cam. Check out this footage. It's crazy. This car, I don't know, hit the side of this semi, flipped, and my dash cam recorded everything. It's crazy. Like, you'd be surprised what your dash cam will capture. That's all I'm gonna say. Just for the record, the lady in that car was perfectly fine, but it did look bad. She was buckled up, and that's what saved her, in my opinion. Okay, so this is the last tip that I have. If somebody hits your car while you're parked or while you're driving, it will Obviously, if you're driving, it's already recording, but what it will do is it will lock that footage, and there's no way that it could be deleted. And once it's locked, it's when you plug it into your computer, you cannot delete it. You will literally have to go in there, right click, hit info, and then hit, uncheck the lock button just to be able to do this. It's a several step process to unlock that clip. So either if you're parked, it will start recording and then it will lock that clip. But if you're driving, if somebody hits you, it will lock that clip so that you know it's safe and it's not going anywhere. Just in case, like say you get hit, you're unconscious, you're in the hospital for weeks, and then somebody else has to take care of that dash cam. It locks it so nobody else can just delete it unless they really know what they're doing, which really comes in handy. Also, the menu system on this dash cam is very simple, very easy, simple to use, simple to understand. It's really easy, as you see here in this footage, really easy to use, very intuitive, very easy to understand. In my opinion, it's perfect. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell notification. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.